All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Monday, September the 27th, 2021. Hope you're all doing well, guys. If you're wondering, Chris, why are you wearing headphones? We are trying out a new call-in system today. Obviously, we did this last week, and it did not go very well, but I've got the headphones on now, so I can hear what you guys hear, so we should be good to go. So, again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377, which now we got to scoot that over because it's kind of in the way. 843-790-3377, guys. Again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, everything that happened over the weekend. As you see on the whiteboard, it is Therapy Monday. We're all going through it today. I'm sure there's a lot of folks today, a lot of Gamecocks that are hurting from the game, hurting from the tailgate, and just hurting as a whole. So, again, let's talk it out. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Guys, before we do get into everything, because, again, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, and a lot to dissect. I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys, they're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. You've been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it is, the last thing that you should be dealing with is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com. for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. All right, let's get into it. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, we're also taking your questions. Like I said, why am I rocking the headphones? We've got the phone hooked up here. You guys should be able to hear our callers. I don't have to hold the phone up to the microphone anymore. So, again, we're going to test it out. As you guys know how we rock and roll here. We're going to test it out. I'm probably going to play with the volumes, the volume levels, if you will, when somebody calls in. But would love to, again, I'd love to hear from you guys. Would love to take your questions. Would love to take your comments. Obviously, again, a lot to get into, a lot to dissect, a lot of opinions flying out there around our coaching staff and the offensive coordinator and the play calling and everything else. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Also, if you are the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel to be sure that your questions are answered. Gamecock68 says, tough loss this weekend. But again, Chris, you called it. I'm on the Shane train until the end of the naysayers. You need to remember, even the great one, Steve Spurrier, took a few years to put the Gamecocks back on track. We have the right coach now. If you're a fan, you need to stay in the Shane train. Go Cox. Yeah, I mean, listen, was I shocked at Saturday's result? No, I was not. Was I shocked at the way the game went in regards to being a defensive slugfest, in regards to being shut out in the first half? Yes, I was. And that was the most disappointing thing. It's like, guys, I can live with, not being a great team, especially year one of Shane Beamer. Like, I just, if you're jumping ship right now, and I said this earlier on Twitter, I'll say it here again. If you're jumping ship right now, it's very easy to see on social media those who set unrealistic expectations for the season and those who did not. Because the people that are ready to jump ship and the people that are upset today, and by the way, I'm not insinuating don't be upset, don't be sick to your stomach, because I am as well, okay? I am as well. Losing to Kentucky sucks. I picked Carolina to lose. It still sucked. Doesn't matter. I didn't want to be right. Don't want to be right when it comes to picking these scores. But I think what you're seeing is the folks that picked the 7-5s and the 8-4s in the preseason. Those are the ones. And that's why I kept preaching all preseason and trying to inject perspective that, hey, this isn't a 7 or 8 win team. It's just not. It's just not. It's not. Top to bottom, it is not. There are some good individual players on this football team, but top to bottom, it's not. That's just not who you are right now. It's not. So I think a lot of those people that you're seeing, for me, South Carolina is exactly where I thought you would be. Truly. Now, again, losing the game on Saturday, what's most disappointing for me is just how it happened. The fact that you're 4 games in and you just flat out cannot run the football. The fact you're 4 games in and, God, I mean, your defense is playing their tails off, giving you every opportunity. When, if you're not going to be a great football team, if you're going to have the struggles that South Carolina's going through right now, you got to at least be entertaining, right? Like that's what Lane Kiffin, I thought, has done such a beautiful job with at Ole Miss, right? They weren't very good last year. They weren't very good, but damn it, they were fun to watch. And it's just, I think that was the most disappointing thing was, spending all week, getting excited, hyping it up, fantastic crowd. I thought the energy in the building was incredible. Just to see yourself get shut out in the first half. I mean, listen, I don't think we're great by any means on the offensive side. I really do have appreciation for the challenge that is in front of Shane Beamer and Marcus Satterfield to get points out of this group. But the fact you ran for 58 yards, guys. I mean, really, when you look at the statistics, by the way, the fact you only lost by 6 is very telling. And it's almost shocking in a way because they outrushed you 230 to 58. If you'd have told me that in pregame, hey, Kentucky's going to outrush South Carolina 230 to 58, and you told me nothing else, I would have told you Kentucky wins the game by at least 3 touchdowns. I mean, honestly. So, the defense getting 3 turnovers is really the only thing that kept you in the football game, but you just can't block anybody. I mean, it's just as simple as that, man. I know talking O-line plays not sexy, and I know a lot of you probably got really, really bored with all of our offensive line discussion last week, but that's just the reality with this football team right now. You just can't block anybody. You just can't block anybody. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here real quick. You guys let me know how the volume sounds. I'm hearing what you're hearing as well, so we'll see how this goes. All right, you guys let me know. Yep. I'm pressing 1. Why is it not going? Okay, well, that didn't work. All right, call back in, by the way, if you can. I don't know why it was not letting me touch the keypad there. So I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. I don't know. Maybe I should go to the app because this would obviously make things much easier, much better. Let's see. Here's the keypad on the app. All right, yeah. Call back in if you just called in, please. Like I said, we're learning as we go here. We're trying to take baby steps. By the way, let me acknowledge Sean O'Brien, John Kruger, AJ, Carolina Titan, OVR, Brandon Wagner, Jesse Jacobs, Phil, Ryan, Steven, JT Money. Appreciate you all tuning in. Everybody else too. We got a packed chat room here. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines. I'm gonna try this out again. Let's see.
David Garrett.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept,
It's like it's not letting me hit the keypad.
press 2.
That is very strange. It's not letting me hit the keypad for some reason. Oh, so now we have the audio, but we can't pick up a call. Can't pick up a call. Is there any way to just bypass and let it go directly in? I don't understand why this is not working.
Davis Sykes.
Davis.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Keypad just not working at all.
To accept, press 1. Press 2.
Okay, so now we have a new set of problems. Call
from
David Garrett.
Yeah, I don't know what.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
That's interesting because now I feel like you guys can probably hear that.
press 1. To send a voicemail,
I don't know.
press 2.
Well, here's the problem with the answering and plugging back in situation. This plug-in is already kind of finicky as it is. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second here. At least we're making progress, right? At least we're making progress. I love how my homie is just continuing to call in. See, I'd put my personal cell out there as well, but that's just not a good idea.
Call from
Let's see.
David Sykes.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Why? I just don't understand why it's not registering the
To accept,
keypad.
press 1. To send a voicemail, press
Jeez.
2. Okay. I sent the caller to voicemail. Goodbye.
Okay. Maybe we'll just say screw it then. I don't want to. We'll test this out at some other point. All right. So you guys want to. All right. You guys want to just call in like normal? You can do so. I don't know. Technology just sucks. All right. Cool. All right. Cool.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Wow. The keypad's just not even working on my own phone.
To accept, press
All right, I'm going to try to cut my phone off and cut my phone back on. I have no idea what's going on. So I thought it was the freaking interface. I guess it's not. All right, you guys give me a minute. We're testing this thing as we go. We're testing this thing as we go. So if you guys want to text in 843-790-3377, I just restarted my phone. So we'll just kind of go from there. Again, 843-790-3377. Yeah, Chris Rodriguez is a hell of a running back. I agree with you. Trad, it's not realistic to call for Sat to be fired. Yeah, I think it's insane to call for anybody to be fired right now. So here, I'm going to cut my phone back on here. That's crazy. I can't even accept a call right now. Just the Muschamp hackers are just giving us hell. I don't know. Can't even accept a call. Can't even accept a call. Gamecock Rocks, I need therapy. I can't understand how lethargic this offense is. And saying that I'm in this for the long haul, I just can't comprehend how we're not better on offense. I like the defense. I'm just dumbfounded right now. Love this team. I'm a ride or die Gamecock. This team is better than the last game. I have to believe that. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Listen, it is hard to comprehend how bad the running game is. That's really what kills me. I'm not ready to fire anybody. I'm truly not. And I mean, listen, guys, I was the fire coaches guy before. I'm not. If I think they suck, I'll say they suck. I think it's so early to try to judge, Satterfield or really anybody on the staff. But it is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how bad the running game is. So it's mind-blowing how bad the running game is. I don't know. It's hard to comprehend. And I don't know if that falls mainly on Sat, if it falls on Greg Atkins, if it falls on the offensive line, if it falls on the running backs. I think it falls on everybody. So bottom line, I think it falls on everybody. Everybody's got some blame. Everybody should shoulder some of the blame. That's it. So, all right, we got a text here. Loss sucked on Saturday because I hate losing to Kentucky in football. I can stomach it in men's basketball, but not in football. And Chris, I'll be in the building on Saturday afternoon with my dad. All right, let's try to do this again.
David Garrett.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
Just can't even accept a call right now. Just can't accept a call. So I don't know if this is freaking Google, if this is iOS. Why is it always on Mondays this type of stuff is happening? Like why is that? Why is that? And I don't think I've even updated my iOS. Yeah, I don't know. Should I update it? I mean, hell, I don't know. Dude, I haven't even done like the last update. Maybe that's the problem. This is not the time to do this, bro.
Call from.
Let's see.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Bro, I can't even accept the call. I'm literally just tapping 1 repeatedly. It just will not let me accept a call. I don't know if it's Google Voice. Dude, I don't know what's going on. I have literally no idea what's going on right now. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. Either way, I don't know. I don't know if my phone's drunk, if my phone's broke, but my number 1 button, I guess, is not. Dude, it won't even let me send it to voicemail though. It won't even let me. I don't. Maybe my phone just knows. It's like, you know what? Today's not the day. Today's not the day to take a call. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't want to spend this entire show trying to figure this out because I want to take your questions. Somebody said, at least we're not Clemson. Dude, what a wacky. What if I'd have told you through the first 4 weeks that Carolina and Clemson would have the same record and both be terrible offensively? Both be terrible offensively. Jeff Madison, when it isn't working, you try something else. Pass the ball and run the ball around the pass. Go down swinging, for crying out loud. Do you have the players to do so? Bottom line. I don't know that you do. Yeah, David, I mean, I'm not even hooked up to the interface anymore, so I have no clue what's going on. Somebody said, here's a good word for your whiteboard. Patience. Maybe it is I need to download the update. Because, I haven't even downloaded the last one. So I have automatic updates turned on. So whatever, bro. If we can't take calls, I'm going to go ahead and download the update. So to hell with it. Brian Dean says the best team in South Carolina at this point is Coastal. Keith says, even though we lost, I don't feel Kentucky's a better team. And if we had an offense, I feel like we beat Mizzou, Tennessee, and Auburn. But without it, I don't know. Beamer's got these guys fighting to the end. I don't know, man. I hear what you're saying, but I see on the other side, you won the turnover battle 3-0, and you still lost. I mean, if you were the better team, you win that game easily. That's just my opinion. I mean, you can't win the turnover battle 3-0 and lose. You just can't. And then justify you're the better team when you lose winning the turnover battle 3-0. You just can't do it. Let's see. Andy Hansen says, not looking to fire anyone, but as someone who's responsible for the others, you must be able to see improvement. This offense has not gotten any better since game one. Satterfield must call plays and use schemes to adapt to our very poor O-line. Kentucky tried all night to give us this game. We refuse to take it. Where's the tight ends? I have no idea. Where's the tight end play? Big play, but not enough attempts. How does Jaheim Bell not even touch the football? I mean, that was a guy I talked about going in this game that I thought was going to be, a key matchup for you. He doesn't even touch the football. I don't know how that works. I don't get it. Where's the Quandre White? No idea. Guys, again, nobody's blocking. It's as simple as that. Nobody's blocking. That's it. Nobody's blocking. Kentucky did everything they could, I should say, to give you the football game. And you couldn't take advantage. So, it is what it is. Luke Fortner, by the way, from Kentucky, offensive lineman of the week. How about that? I mean, guys, it's just as simple as, again, we knew coming in, if you got outrushed the way you did, you're going to lose. They outrushed you 230-58. I mean, it's not shocking to me you lost. It's not shocking to me you lost at all. So, let's see. Let's try to jump back to the phone lines here. Let's try to jump back. I mean, I can't. I have no idea what's going on. No clue. No clue what's going on. Muschamp hackers are killing our calls here on a Monday. And, of course, we have everything set up to make this happen. And then it can't happen because of the Muschamp hackers. I mean, really? Really? Kevin texted in, said, Chris, I'm not calling for a coaching shakeup during the season, but say we finish exactly where we are now, 13th in the offense, or in the SEC in offense. Would that warrant a possible change then? I looked at Satterfield's bio. He's never really done anything great, even in lesser leagues. Are we in danger of spinning our wheels by keeping him then? Let's see. Bro, everybody's trying to call in, and yeah, might have to delete the Google Voice app. That's actually a pretty good idea. All right, let's try this again. Sorry, guys. This is very annoying for me as well. Sean O'Brien, at least Muschamp's running a decent hacking program today. Yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm re-downloading the Google Voice app, so we'll see if that does anything. I mean, guys, here's what I would say, though. And I trust Shane Beamer. Hey, Shane Beamer, like I said on Twitter, he's a grown-ass man. If he wants to go fire people, he's getting paid millions of dollars to coach football. And I'm not telling you guys to not hold people accountable, but you're going to fire the OC after 1 year? Who's going to want to come here? Who's going to want to come to South Carolina when it's like, bro, you have a year to get it done or you're fired. You can't operate that way. I just don't think you can operate that way. That's just me personally. I could be totally wrong. I don't think you can operate that way, though. I really, really don't. I really don't think you can operate that way. Hold up. Hold up. All right, I just deleted and re-downloaded it, so we'll, I guess, try to see if this works. Try to see if this works. This is great content on a Monday, just fantastic. This is what we all tuned in for, right? Let's see. Luke RJ. I mean, hey, listen, I think it's fair that Greg Atkins might lose his job. I'm not saying that's unfair, but firing the OC, I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Let's see. All right, cool. Somebody wants to try to call back in. Like I said, I deleted and re-downloaded the app. So, yeah. You guys want to try to call back in? I have no idea. I have no idea. Again, somebody call back in. We'll see if it works. Somebody call back in. Yeah, no, David Sykes is about to go crazy right now because, I mean, I know I'm also about to go crazy. David is crazy. Muschamp Hackers are working here on a Monday. Got me sweating up in the stew right now. All right, let's see if this will work. I'm just totally lost, bro. I got no idea. All right, I don't think we're doing calls today. I have no clue. I have no clue. It won't let me accept a call. So I have touched nothing since the weekend. So no idea. Truly no clue. Truly no clue. So I have just no idea. Yeah, just no idea. So, all right, cool. Anyways, all right, let's jump back to the TDC questions channel. Gamecock Robs, is it possible this offensive scheme's too complicated or not able to work with the players and the team's ability? I mean, does our scheme look that complex to you? I don't know. I don't know. Keith says, even though we lost, yeah, I already read that one. Cool. Bad Brad, agree. I think getting rid of the OC after 1 year in a roster full of players he didn't recruit is crazy. Also, totally right on people not wanting to come to South Carolina if we're changing big-time staff members like our clothes. Yeah, again, players just aren't very good. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. I think that, again, it's more so how you lost versus the fact you lost. I think most people understood it was going to be a challenge. I mean, guys, Kentucky was a 5-point favorite. I mean, there's a they were picked to win by most. But definitely for me, what's really tough to digest is just how you lost. I mean, how, and it's not even, dude, I can live with the passing game not being good because the passing game shouldn't be good. Really, truly. I can live with that. I can live with other deficiencies and other problems, but when you tout all preseason how great the running backs are and how great the running game is going to be, and then you're seeing what we're seeing, guys. I mean, in 3 FBS games, you've rushed for 83 yards and 2.5 yards per carry. It's hard for me to compute that. And trust me, I'm right there with you. I don't have the answers. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I'm not a football coach. I don't have the answers as to why it's not working because it doesn't make sense. It's the same guys from last year. And, I half jokingly tweeted it out on Saturday night, which Gamecock Twitter did not disappoint. But, God, I mean, was Mike Bobo just that good at scheming the run game? Was he that good? Was he that good? No. All right, I think it's shot today, guys. I'm downloading iOS 15, but I have no idea. So, sorry. For those that are all going to call in, I apologize. Yeah, sorry about that. If you guys want to leave a voicemail, we'll play the voicemail on here. I'd be more than happy to do that, but it's just not happening today, bro. I don't know. Muschamp Hackers got the dub today when it comes to the calls. I don't know. Gamecock 60, if we don't start throwing our tight ends more, can guarantee you Delp will not come to South Carolina. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I know David's calling in, but I'm going to cut this bad boy and do not disturb because there's just no point. There's just no point, guys. I apologize for that. There's just no point, though. I have no clue why it's not answering. I don't know. I truly have no idea. Let's see. Townsend says Bobo's a trash can. Well, he's a trash can that produced a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, listen, I don't like Mike Bobo. I don't wish Mike Bobo was here. All we got's all we need, but it's the same. Only thing that's changed is coaching and scheme. That's it. That's the only thing that's changed. But back to the whole OC thing, Satterfield, firing Marcus Satterfield year one is not. I mean, listen, if this offensive line continues to look the way it has through the end of the season, then, Greg Atkins' job, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. But firing your offensive coordinator, I don't think so. I don't think that's the move. I don't think that's the move at all. So, hey, guys, I told you this. Like I said, you have a first-year head football coach with a pair of coordinators, which, by the way, let's make sure we give our just due and a proper shout-out to Clayton White and his defensive staff for what they've done. But, yeah, you've got a pair of coordinators who had never called a play at the Power 5 level before a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? So you got to wrap your arms around these guys and grow with them and, let them develop. I mean, what other choice do you have? Recycle them year after year after year. What other choice do you have? Bottom line. That's it. What other choice do you have? So, hey, I sit here on a Monday, man. Carolina's right where I thought they'd be. It hasn't happened and gone exactly like I thought it would. I also didn't think a GA would start the first 3 games of the season. And, yeah. I mean, Dude Raw says, nah, bro, I'm not buying the lesser player there. I mean, you don't have to buy anything, but it's just the facts. Execution wins games. We're not getting it done. Yeah, we're not executing. We don't have good enough players to execute. I mean, I had a guy commenting this morning fired up about DeCarrion Joyner. Listen, man, I love DK. Glad he's a Gamecock. But at some point, you just are who you are. Dak Joyner's not a big-time playmaker, guys. He's not. You've been in college for like 5 years. You are who you are. That's it. I mean, you had every opportunity, man. Dak Joyner's not a very good wide receiver, guys. There's a lot of guys on our team that just aren't very good football players. I think that's hard for fans to wrap their heads around. They're just not very good. Some of our guys just are not very good football players, guys. That's it, bottom line. Just not very good football players. You got to go get some big-time ball players, some big-time playmakers. You don't have them right now on your roster. Again, what a start to the day with the Muschamp Hackers working hard, guys. We're going to try to figure this thing out in the meantime, but continue to take your questions, your comments, calls. It's Therapy Monday. I do still want to continue to hear from you. If you guys want to text the number, 843-790-3377. You can text the number. Kevin says, not calling for a coaching shakeup during the season, but say we finish exactly where we are now, 13th in the offense in SEC. Would that warrant a possible change? Again, talking about Satterfield, his bio. It's hard for me to draw a conclusion on a guy that these are not their players. Like, these are not their players. They're not their players. So you're going to get rid of them after 1 year? How are you ever even going to give yourself the opportunity to develop any type of offense, any type of consistency, any type of identity? How can you? Changing OCs year after year after year. But hey, if Shane Beamer thinks that's the move, I'm on board with Shane Beamer. I'm all aboard the Shane train, guys. And I think fans just need to lock in and be in it for the long haul. That's the bottom line. Got to lock in. Got to be in it for the long haul, guys. It's year one growing pains, and we all knew it's not going to be an overnight process. And if you thought that, guys, like I said, you had improper expectations. No other way to put it. Again, 843-790-3377, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well here on a Monday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We're back taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Well, hopefully your calls. I don't know. I'm actually, guys, downloading iOS 15. So, again, I do apologize for the first 30 minutes or so with the call system. I don't know maybe I need to download this latest. It might be, actually. It might be that. So, again, we're downloading the update, guys. Either way, though, leave your comments. I want to get back to your comments here. I feel like we have not been getting into your questions as much as I'd like to. So, let's just go ahead and dive into those. Wood Warrior 61 Chase in the Big Cock Club Discord and the TDC Questions channel says, hey, Chris, I was at the game with an atmosphere. The fans should get a pat on the back for sure. On the other hand, some of these same fans do not understand what year one or rebuild means. It blows my mind seeing the comments on the internet, guys. The glory days are behind us. We have to climb the mountain again. I believe we will get there, but we got to be patient. The O-line's got to be fixed considering how it was a strength last year. And being Therapy Monday, I'm working in Clemson, and the guys there are going nuts on their call-in shows. It's been very therapeutic. I recommend everybody go listen for a few minutes, and you will feel better. Sperminator also says, Beamer said Sunday they tried plays they used last year. Tells me they don't have the players for their system and are trying everything. I mean, guys, yeah, I think they want to, the system they want to run. Guys, you're not going to see the offense they want to run in year one. It's not their players. It's not their roster. It's not their recruits. It's not guys with their skill sets they want. I mean, again, that's not an excuse for having a pathetic offense in year one. I'm not saying that at all, but you're certainly not going to see the best version of the offense that I think Shane Beamer and Marcus Satterfield certainly want to put out there. There's no question. Let's see. Elvis Black says, Sam Pittman's done an amazing job in Arkansas in year two. Let's hope we have the coaching ability to do that. What he's done in 2 years is pretty impressive. I have faith Shane can do the same here. Yeah, I do as well, man. I mean, like I said, I'm as frustrated as you are. Hey, don't give Marcus Satterfield and Greg Atkins a free pass, right? For the terrible offensive output we saw. And you're entitled to your opinion, but am I ready to fire a coach after 4 games, whether that be the O-line coach, the offensive coordinator? I'm just not, guys. I'm not there. I'm not not ready to do that. Again, I think many of the people that are saying that those were the ones who spent all week long convincing themselves this was a must-win. There's no way we can lose to Kentucky. How could we ever lose to Kentucky? Those are the folks that are jumping ship. If you listen to me, if you listen to others, if you listen to people who pumped out perspective, you wouldn't be sitting here on a Monday baffled and not understand. Guys, again, I don't know why it's hard for fans to accept. Will Muschamp left you with a dumpster fire. Top to bottom. He did. If you want to blame anybody, blame him. Blame Muschamp and his bunch of dudes for leaving Shane Beamer and Satterfield and everybody else with this mess. That's it. But I'm sorry, but you're just not going to see me in year one calling for anyone's head. I'm just not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it in year one. I'm not doing it. It's just, again, I fully trust Shane Beamer will make the moves necessary if there needs to be a change. So be it. But I don't know, man. Year one. Also, I think I saw a comment earlier about the 4th down. Love the decision. Love the decision to go for it on the 4th downs. We had fans, people were complaining last year. We were too conservative. We were kicking too many field goals. So, hey, at some point, you got to make a call, and a player's got to go make a play. And when it hits you right in the chest and you drop it, hey, that's how you lose football games. Bad teams find ways to lose games. That's it. And Saturday night, you played like a bad team, and you got beat accordingly. That's it. I mean, you got to be a bad team to win the turnover battle 3-0 at home at night and lose. I'm sorry. You just have to. You have to, right? Good teams will capitalize on those things. You're just not a good team right now. But, hey, guys, I picked this as a loss in the preseason. You're right exactly where I picked you. You got Troy this week, which let's not take that game for granted. Let's not do that. Hey, the spread's only a touchdown. You're only a touchdown favorite, guys. This is going to be a battle, a back-and-forth game. But you've got Troy, Tennessee, Vandy, your next 3. You got some real opportunity there if you can figure out the offensive line and get something going offensively. You do have opportunity. But, Kentucky in year 9 of Mark Stoops is better than you in year 1 of Shane Beamer. Shocker. Yeah, David, if you tried calling, the phone is actually updating right now, iOS, so you're definitely not going to get through. I'm going to see if this works, if this does anything, though, but yeah, I don't know, man. Apologize for the phone lines being down right now, guys. Again, Muschamp Packers hard at work on a Monday. We'll get the phone lines. We're working on the phone lines as we speak. Jesse Jacobs, did Jaheim get hurt on the catch that he got lit up on? I don't know that he got hurt. I'm not 110% sure. I don't think Beamer said anything about it. Joshua Klein, best thing about our staff, they're here to prove something. No one's proven anything. They will bounce back. Yeah, it's about how you respond to adversity. It's about how you respond to adversity. And I said in the preseason, for this weekend's upcoming game against Troy, that would be really your first big opportunity to respond to real adversity. Guess what, guys? Hey, my biggest takeaway from the weekend, the honeymoon phase is over. The honeymoon phase is over. That's it, right? We knew it was going to happen. We knew this day would come, and I told you all preseason, hey, it's easy to be positive when you're 0-0 and you haven't lost a game, you haven't thrown a pick, you haven't fumbled the football, you haven't made a mistake. Really easy to be positive. Can you be positive going through the year 1 growing pains, though? That's my question. Can you be positive going through this? Can you be positive coming off a loss to Kentucky, right? That's what I want to see more than anything from Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer did and said all of the right things in the preseason. Shane Beamer and his entire coaching staff, his entire football team, said and did all the right things in the summer when it was easy to do so. When it was easy to do so. Now it's not so easy. The honeymoon phase is over. And guess what? Even Shane Beamer isn't immune from fans coming at him, coming at his staff, and coming for his job. He's not. He's not. That's why I kind of chuckled at all the people on social media that spent the entire summer and the first 2 games of the season saying, man, it's just different with Shane Beamer than it was with Will Muschamp, man. Things are just so different. And I'm not saying they're not different. I'm not saying to a degree they're not different. But, again, I remember a time when people loved Will Muschamp also. Shane Beamer's not immune from it, guys. If we find ourselves in year 4 and 5 and this type of result is happening, fans will come for his head. Cody Gaskins, thank you. Making Monday, the sun shine a little brighter on a Monday. Thank you, Cody. But I remember not so long ago, you know what I mean? But it's a process, guys. We're in year 1 of a rebuild. A lot of people, I think what happened is many folks thought just changing the coaching staff is going to make this a championship caliber football team. That's not the case. There's just holes on the roster and there's problems. Again, you're going through growing pains. It's not going to be perfect. Hey, Saturday was the first game with your actual starting quarterback. Luke RJ says, Chris, seriously, is that offensive production against Kentucky really still about Muschamp? Retweeted our stats for every possession. Our offense was better last year. Which is why I said, guys, maybe you should miss Mike Bobo. Maybe he was just that good. Was he or was he not? I don't know. Was he that good? I'm not telling you it's not frustrating, but it is very hard for me to draw conclusions about anyone on this coaching staff when it's not their players. None of these guys are their players. None of them. Not a single one of them is their players. So, it's not like Muschamp left welts of talent. The number one problem is the offensive line. Period. That's really where it ends, too. That's where it ends. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. That's it. You just can't block anybody. That was the whole reason I picked Kentucky to win in the first place, guys. It's hey, I don't trust we can block. And sure enough, they didn't disappoint. We just can't block. We can't block. And if you can't block, you won't win. I don't give a damn who your running back is. We got some good backs. But, just can't block anybody, man. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah, AJ Bowers, I'll be at the game. Yes, we've got our TSUS tailgate at Seawells yet again. Again, thank you to all that came out to that. The tailgate's been a massive, massive success. So, again, thank you all so much. Those who continue to rock and roll with the content, or excuse me, the content, of course, but the tailgate, and come on out and party with us. It's a really, really good time. But, yes, AJ, I'll be there. Yep. Would love to have you come by Seawells. Would love to have you come by Seawells. Joe Anders says changing the DC sure helped. It did. It did. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. Am I saying that I love every play call? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. I'd love to see Luke Doty more involved in the run game. Where's his athleticism, right? I want to see that more. There are things, guys, I want us to score points. It's agonizing watching Carolina football right now offensively. It's agonizing. It's agonizing. But I'm not going to sit here and kick and scream on a Monday and tell you to fire Marcus Satterfield. We're 4 games in, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm able to accept. I don't think this team is very good, which is okay. It's year one. Like, really, who cares? Year one's about changing the culture, laying the foundation. It's not about winning 8 games. It never was about winning 8 games. And, so I think if you have that perspective and you have those expectations, I think it sucks to lose on Saturday, but I don't think you're letting it ruin your week. But, yeah, I guess if you came into this season expecting to go 8-4 and you just think that because, your guy plays at South Carolina and he's wearing garnet and black, you think he's a great player just because of that. It's like, not all of our players are great players, guys. Not all of our players are great players. Like, you got to go get some big-time ball players. By the way, noon kickoff. Noon kickoff in Knoxville, South Carolina, Tennessee, in a couple of weeks. Noon kick on ESPN2. So, noon kick in Knoxville. Love to see it. That is the least shocking thing ever, because neither of those teams are hardly worth a damn. So. Victoria Lynn Kelly, on a positive note, the Cox did hold them less than 20. Yeah, hey, defense is doing enough. Defense is, and I've been hard on the defense. I really have. I've clamored for more from the defense. Well, damn it, the defense gave you all you could ask for. Again, you win a turnover battle 3-0. 3-0 at home at night, and you still can't win a football game. That's tough. I mean, that's just tough, man. If I'm the defensive guys, I'm pissed. I'm very pissed. I'm very, very pissed. So, got to find a way to convert that into points, man. That's just it. I mean, that's it. Got to find a way to convert it to points. Yep, that's it. Jesse Jacobs, would you like to see Satterfield go down to the field just to switch it up? Hey, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do. You got to make adjustments. I know that. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result or hope for a different result. Got to switch something up. Got to switch something up. But I just, is it frustrating? Sure. Yeah. It's frustrating. Absolutely frustrating to lose to Kentucky. It's very frustrating to lose to Kentucky 16-10 on your home field at night. It's very frustrating. But again, I guess I just came in the season with expectation. I mean, I already picked us to lose to Kentucky. That's not like I'm not shocked by that result. I'm shocked at how it happened. But, it just, you just got a ways to go, man. You got a ways to go. So, this coaching staff is tasked with the challenge of getting the most out of this roster, and everybody's got to be better. I mean, especially when it comes, like I said, guys, to the running game. If you can't run the football, you can't win. Because I've seen a lot of people, Daniel Johnson, throw the effing ball. People are commenting, we got to throw the ball. Guys, we're not built to throw the ball like that. We're not. We're not good enough. We're not built that way. If we can't run the football, we won't win. Even if we have a successful day throwing the ball, we're just not. I mean, do you really think we're an offense built out there to go throw for 300 or 400 yards? I don't think so. I don't think we are. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think we are. If you can't run the ball, you won't win. I spent the entire summer saying it, and look where we are. If you can't run the football, you can't win. In games where you can't run it, in games where you rush guys for less than 100 yards, you'll lose every one of them. You'll lose every single one of them. That's got to be your bread and butter. That's got to be your strength. If you can't do that, just totally wrecks everything else you want to do offensively. You got to be able to run the ball. You have to. You have to. Elvis Black says, will Vandy be Beamer's first SEC win? Let's worry about Troy first and then Tennessee. Listen, I think the next three are all very winnable. I think obviously Troy and Vandy for obvious reasons. And then I think Tennessee, I know it's on the road, but a noon kickoff. Tennessee's certainly not world beaters. They got problems of their own. You could definitely win that game. But you got to win on Saturday. That's for damn sure. I know later in the week we'll talk about Troy and we'll get in that game. But you're only a touchdown favorite, guys. You're only a touchdown favorite. So you better lock in on the Troy game. You better lock in on what Troy's got going on. Because I tell you what, if you think this Monday's tough, if you think you're sick today, go out there and screw around against Troy. Talk about fans jumping ship. My goodness. My goodness. So, Daniel Johnson can't run the ball 3 times in the middle. I mean, I'm not denying you got to be more creative in the run game. I mean, you gotta do something different. But again, man, at the end of the day, like if my grandfather used to tell me this, and I'll say it yet again, and I'll say it till I die. I'll say it every single time. If you can't get 3 feet, you don't deserve to win. And when you had it early in the game, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I understand. Get more creative. Don't just run at the middle. But if you can't line up and get 3 feet, you don't deserve to win. So you know what? Let's just call a spade a spade. The offensive line isn't nearly as good as we thought it was. The offensive line's just not very good. The players up front are not very good. That's it. I don't give a damn what happened last year. Give credit to Mike Bobo. He's the one that schemed that thing. He obviously got hella production out of a weak unit. I mean, that's the only way to look at it at this point, guys. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, we're 4 games in. This isn't a 1-game sample size, not a 2-game, 4 games. Even against EIU, you struggled. So this offensive line is just not good. Not very good. Justin Martin, I know, yes, I'm actually downloading the iOS update. We were having problems taking calls. So my apologies. Be patient. I think in the second hour we might be able to take some calls, but I don't know, man. Muschamp Hackers hard at work on a Monday. Either way, though, I guess maybe Mike Bobo just schemed up and got the most out of a bad group. That's, like I said, that's the only way to look at it now. That's the only way to look at it. I mean, guys, I don't know. We can keep making excuses for the O-line all we want, and that it's scheme, that it's play calling, but the offensive line just has played like pure shit. And it just, if you would have told me in the preseason how this O-line would play, I'd tell you, no kidding, we're going to win 4 or 5 games. No kidding. No kidding. If our O-line doesn't block, we're done. We're screwed. We're done. If we can't win at the point of attack, we're done. We're done. Carolina Titan, everybody talking about Satterfield. Maybe Atkins should shoulder some blame. I'd agree. Wolford was the line coach of Bobo. He was on the UK sideline, and their O-line open holes for Rodriguez. Yep. Sean O'Brien says, I'm telling you, bro, that interview with Gavin Bennett spoke volumes and only confirmed the deep-rooted cultural issues within the program. People need to hear that pod and really consider all the rebuilding from the top to bottom that we're going to experience these next couple of years. Were there issues on Saturday? Yes. Ultimately, is a UK loss with the state of the program surprising while working what's left of the last regime's roster? No. Sean O'Brien, extremely well worded. Extremely well. It's like I said in the summer, people thought it was crazy. There was no reason you should have beat Kentucky on Saturday night. Mark Stoops in his 9th year beat Shane Beamer in his first with what was left behind for Coach Beamer. I don't think Saturday night's result is surprising. Again, how it happened is what's more disappointing to me. The fact that we cannot run the football, that is what is disappointing and is extremely concerning to me. That's what's extremely concerning. But the fact we lost to Kentucky, as much as I hate to say it, it wasn't surprising at all. 7th time in the last 8 years, they've just been more physical than you. 7th time in the last 8 years, they've just been better than you. That's tip your cap and say they were better because they are. On a positive note, I guess you can say with the way the defense is playing, if, and that's a big if, but if you can ever get the offensive line figured out, and if you can find any type of consistency offensively, maybe, just maybe, you can do something this season. Because your defense is actually keeping you in games, which I didn't expect to be saying, to be totally honest with you. I did not. Okay, so the iPhone just updated. Okay, if you guys want to try to call back in, I can't guarantee it will work, but yeah, we got a bunch of texts here too. I want to run through these. Hey, Chris, Robbie Davis, agree with you. Year one, especially whenever it comes to a first-year head coach, it's about changing the culture, and then once you've done that, you just see what it takes from there and see where it takes you. Agree. Yeah, Beamer's got to get his players in. Robbie Davis, I appreciate the text, and I agree with you 100%. We got another text here. Tommy Wallace. Lou Holtz was 0-11 in year one. The struggle was real. I was there losing to Vandy 11-8. Patience. You have to have it, guys. What other choice do you have? What other choice do we have, guys, here on a Monday? 4 games in. You ready to jump ship now? I mean, what other choice do you have? And you know what's wild, by the way? I'm not trying to knock anybody. But some of you Gamecocks who've been tuning into this thing for 40 years, how do you even get upset anymore? Like, why do you get upset? Is this not just par for the course? I mean, I don't know. What again? You're year one of a rebuild. You have to just lock in, guys. Embrace. I'm not saying don't hold people accountable. They're making millions of dollars to coach football. By all means, hold them accountable. But calling for people's jobs and just, again, jumping ship after game 4, it's crazy. It's crazy talk. It's nuts. It's madness. It's pure madness is what it is. I got a comment here. Why are we not trying to pass the ball with 9 people in the box? When we do, it is successful. So why not start with that? Great point. Not saying you're totally wrong. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments. If you guys would like to try to call in right now, would love to try to take your calls. We've had some issues with the phone lines, so apologize for that. But you guys give us a ring, and we'll see if we can make this thing work. Getting this kickoff graphic out, guys. Again, in case you missed it, noon kickoff for Carolina, Tennessee, and Knoxville. Which I'll be honest with you, for a road game, I'd probably prefer a noon kickoff, to be honest with you. If I'm not going to be there in person, like, let's just go ahead and get the game going. So, Luke RJ, I wish coaches would read what the fans say. Do you think Coach Satterfield knows most of the fans think he's not doing a good job calling plays and leading our offense? Luke, I think our coaches, and I know our coaches, are not idiots. They don't need to read Twitter to know that fans are unhappy scoring 10 points at home against Kentucky. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that they understand fans are less than thrilled with what happened on Saturday. All right, let's try to jump back to the phone lines. Justin, what's going on, man? How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Hey, Justin, give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm going to link you up here, all right? Give me 2 seconds. So Justin's our guinea pig today. We're going to try to make this thing work. It really was. I just had to update the iPhone. Give me 2 seconds, Justin. I promise I'm not screwing with you. Justin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Chris.
Awesome. What's going on, my man? How are you?
Not much. Hey, Chris, saw about the phones. The Mustang has to mess with your phones, huh?
Yes. So yeah, that was I actually had to update my iPhone to iOS 15, and again, you're the first ever caller, so now we've got you hooked up to the interface, so people should be able to hear you calling in. I'm going to try to see. Yeah, the volume's a little low. Either way, though, Justin, appreciate you calling in. Yeah, the Muschamp hackers working hard on a Monday, so either way, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, what that pissed me off when I said that, Chris, why is soccer kids one, man? They just got to change up, man, because whatever they're doing is not working.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm not ready to fire Satterfield. I'm not ready to fire Greg Atkins. None of that nonsense. But yes, something has to change. Something has to change. I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Something has to change. No question. No question. This team will not get to 6 wins if it can't run the football. Bottom line, this team will not get to 6 wins. And I'll tell you this: if you don't run the football this weekend, you will not beat Troy. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy to even insinuate that South Carolina could lose this football game, but you're only a touchdown favorite, guys. That line opened up at 9 points. The Gamecocks are favored at, and it has dropped to 7. So there are people that are expecting Troy to give South Carolina a very, very good game. But Justin, I wish I had a better answer for you and for everyone else as far as like what South Carolina needs to do, what they need to do to change. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I thought this offensive line was going to be a strength. I thought this offensive line was going to be, something we could lean on and depend on. And unfortunately, that's not the case. That's not the case. So you got to make an adjustment accordingly, though. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and saying, well, it's just not working out. You got to at least try something else.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, the thing about this, listen, man, you got to put points on the board, man, because every time your defense gets the turnovers, you got to take advantage. You can't be doing this,
Yeah. I mean, you cannot win the turnover battle 3-0 on your home field at night in a toss-up game. It's not like you're playing Georgia. You can't win the turnover battle 3-0 at home at night and lose the football game. You just can't do it. You can't do it. So yeah, I mean, it's back to the drawing board today. But again, like I've been saying, Justin, you have a first-year head coach who just coached his second ever SEC game, his 4th ever game as a head coach. Wow. You've got Marcus Satterfield, who had never called a play at the Power 5 level, much less SEC level. So there's going to be growing pains. That's it. Bottom line. I mean, maybe what you saw last year, was, Mike Bobo, a 15th year, 20th year. Guy been doing it a long time. I mean, I'm not a huge Bobo guy. I don't love Bobo either, but maybe there was a method to the madness, and he kind of knew what the hell was going on.
Oh, yeah. And Chris, the thing about this, something's behind this. Where it's going, they're not wearing shorts on it. And Chris, you got the secrets this short,
Yeah, no, for sure. You got to get it figured out quick, man. You got to get it figured out quick. That's for sure, Justin. You got to get it figured out quick. Troy's for real. Troy will give you a challenge. I hate to say that. Troy will give you a challenge. They'll give you a test. This is not a football team that can come into a game against Troy and think they're going to go win by 24 points. You're just not there. You're not there. That's not the team you are. That's it. That's it. So you got to, and I'll tell you this, Vegas put that over-under total at 3.5, and everybody scoffed and laughed and said how stupid it was. Hey, I said that too. If you can't go run the ball against Troy, you better buckle up, because, again, the Kentucky game, year 1 growing pains, and they're not over. We're not done with the growing pains. We're going to lose some games and probably look bad doing so. So just get ready. Just buckle up. But that's okay. Bro, it's year 1 of Beamer. That's it. I mean, what did you expect? Again, the people that are freaking out today are all the 7, 8, 9 win Looney Tune people from the summer. That's who it is. If you had realistic expectations for this football team coming in, yeah, you're disappointed. You're pissed off. But, I mean, you're not out here saying fire Marcus Satterfield, fire Shane Beamer, blow it all up and let's start over. It's madness, bro. It's crazy talk. And this is coming from the guy that was the fire Muschamp guy. But even I gave Muschamp 4 years practically. So you wanted to – the same – and it's just mind-blowing. The same folks that wanted to give Will Muschamp 5 years, bring him back for another year. You're ready to ditch these guys after 4 games? It's insanity. It's insanity.
Yeah, Chris, it's crazy,
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a great way to put it, man. I mean, it sucks. Now you've got to respond to adversity the right way, learn from it, and, God, put together an offensive game plan where you can go have success this weekend. Because, again, if you can't do it this weekend, even if you win the football game, if you can't get something going offensively against Troy, Well, buckle up. It's going to be a very long year. I can tell you that, if that's the case. So we'll see. Hey, maybe this Troy game falls at a perfect time, and we're able to get some consistency going and sort of find a spark offensively. You got to find something. Bottom line.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chris, that's all I have to say, man.
Justin, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
You're right, girl.
Good stuff. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. So, guys, I'm going to appreciate you all being patient with everything. Sounds like we've actually got our stuff hooked up. And, yeah, I guess it was updating to iOS 15 was why it wasn't working. But here we are. So, yes, noon kickoff for Tennessee, in case you missed that. I know the caller volume is a little low. I'm trying to not cut it up so high that it's like blasting in you guys' ears. But let's see. Somebody asking, is there an email, phone number, what have you, that you can call in and leave an encouraging message for Shane Beamer? I would say on Twitter would be great. Just tag him on Twitter. He'll see it. He'll see it. Let's see. We got a text here. What do you make of Beamer's comment wanting to lead South Carolina for the rest of his career? Think about that. Troy lost to a ULM team this week that didn't win a game last year. They're only a 7-point underdog. Hey, are you better than that? Then go prove it. Go prove it. Go beat Troy's ass, right? Go take care of business. Troy doesn't have the talent you have. They don't, but that's a solid program. Absolutely. Travis Ford says, I'm pissed and I called 4 to 5 wins. Again, be pissed. You're more than be pissed. I'm pissed. But firing a guy after 4 games, man, I don't. I mean, are there really fans that if we came out today and said, hey, we're moving on from Marcus Satterfield, are there fans that would actually think that was a good move and would be happy with that decision? Who are you going to go hire? And by the way, you know what? If Shane Beamer made that decision, I'd support him 110% because you know what? He's the damn head coach. He's the one getting paid millions of dollars. He's the one getting paid millions of dollars, guys. Again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, again, I encourage you to call in. We've got the new call-in system finally set up, rocking and rolling, ready to go, where I can take your calls hands-free, and you guys can hear the callers as well. So, let's see. Therapy Monday. Getting after it here on a Monday. Brack in the Big Cock Club Discord commented and says, Chris, do you think having a fullback helped the running game, and that's what made it look like the offensive line? I've only seen this a couple of times, but it really irritates me with Auburn firing their wide receivers coach. I actually saw that people were saying our wide receivers coach should be fired. I think that's absurd. Really, who is saying Step should go? It says this game sucked, but firing coaches 4 games is the craziest thing I've ever heard as far as being a Carolina fan goes.
Call from
Phil Harris.
All right, let's try this.
to accept.
Phil, what's going on, my man? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
What's going on?
Not much. Hey, woke up on Sunday, still a Carolina fan. How about that? Weird how that works, isn't it?
Crazy, the sun shined again.
Yep. Hey, man, just because we're angry doesn't mean we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a huge difference between
Hey,
that.
that's
I'm a
good.
Carolina fan.
Being angry means you care, by the way. I want to make that point. Being angry means you care.
Yeah. Being a Carolina fan is not easy. Folks that are just kind of like starting this process out, I'm gonna warn you right now. It's never easy being a Carolina fan. There was a 3-year stretch where we had it real good, and that may never happen again. So sorry to give you a reality check, but to fire guys after 4 games seems outrageous. I was very pissed off at the offense. The offense looks really rough. I mean,
Pathetic. Yeah.
we get 3 turnovers. The defense provides 3 turnovers. We can't get any points off of that. It's pathetic, man. Got to do better than that. But firing people after 4 games is just that's insane.
Yeah.
But here's the good news, guys. The people that want them fired at the end of the season, if those guys, those coaches haven't gotten everything worked out, they'll get gone. I can guarantee you that. It don't matter if, Shane Beamer's buddies with Satterfield and has been forever. If he doesn't coach up these players
and make the offense better, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
I can promise you that, because this is big boy football, right? So we have expectations. This is the best league in college football. So if you can't get it done here within a year, and if the offense looks this bad all year, he'll be gone. I can assure you of that. So people that want him gone now, just wait a while.
Yeah.
If you really think that he can't, if he's not the guy, he'll be gone. Trust me.
Yeah.
I mean, and he knows that too. So the pressure's on them for sure. But firing him now, I don't see how that benefits your program.
Yeah, like you said, man, it's big boy football, and these guys are making, ungodly money in a lot of instances to coach football. Bottom line. So, again, I'm not above. Hey, be critical. I mean, I'm critical as well. Be critical. I mean, something has to change, man. There's no secret. I mean, you got shut out in the first half, and that's insanity. Like Kentucky, give them credit. They're good. They're stingy on defense, but there's just no excuse for, especially, again, not being able to run the football. Like, we spent all preseason touting the running back room and how great they are, and you're giving them no help up front. I mean, it just makes no sense. So, like you said, Shane Beamer will make those decisions accordingly when the season comes to an end. I don't think Satterfield will be gone in any scenario, but Greg Atkins might want to start polishing the resume up. I'll say that.
Right. Yep. Again, if they can't get it right, they'll get gone. That's just the way it works in this business. I mean, they know that.
Yeah.
They ain't no strangers to this. So
I just think Phil, again, for those that almost, it feels like there's some people that did not expect, not they didn't think it could possibly, expect there to be some bumps in the road. I mean, again, we knew the risk we were taking on. You hired a head coach who had never been a head coach. Right. You hired an OC who had never called a play at the Power 5 level. And you called a DC who had never done so, although Clayton White is showing he's been a massive upgrade. But, I mean, you just had to know there were going to be some bumps in the road. Again, am I surprised as far as where the bumps are coming? Yes, because I think we all thought that the running game was going to be the consistent, the constant we could lean on. But I just think anybody that didn't think that, thought it was just going to be sunshine and rainbows and we're just going to go have an easy 7-5 or 8-4 year. Again, I said it after Georgia. I'll say it's kind of on you. I mean, you set improper expectations. I don't know what else to say. So, I mean,
we've been talking about delusional fans since the beginning of the season, man. It's their fault for some reason thinking this team was,
something they're not,
unstoppable or whatever.
Right.
Whatever they had in their mind, obviously it's not coming to fruition, and we knew better than to get on their fucking ship because it was just going to sink anyway.
Yeah.
So that's all. You're right, 100%. It's on them, but that doesn't mean that we can't be critical of the team and say, our expectations are pretty low. We just want to get to a damn bowl game, but this offense ain't gonna work.
Again, and I agree with you because that was, again, that's my biggest gripe. Did I pick you to lose to Kentucky? Yes, I did. Did I pick you to lose by 6? Right. Yes, I did. Again, I'm getting a little too good at this, I feel like, in regards to picks. But it's the way, again, if you're not going to be a very good football team, you've at least got to be entertaining. I mean, you've at least got to be somewhat fun to watch. And you can't, I agree with you. Listen, be critical because you can't sit there all week last week and, hype up your fan base and tell them to come out, tell them to be loud, tell them to show up, come to Gamecock Walk, do this. You can't do that and then put out the performance. Throw up a goose egg in the first half. That just can't happen. That just cannot happen. These are, Gamecock fans. They're human beings who they work their asses off for the money they make, and there's people that are taking their hard-earned money to come see a product, which that's what it is. It's a product. They're coming to see a product, and listen, I know they're not happy about it, but it's like it's shameful, the product we watched. It really is. Again, if you'd have lost 31-28, it's a back-and-forth close competitive. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap and, hey, it wasn't our night, but I mean, it's just tough, man. It's tough when Gamecock fans. I felt like leaving the stadium. There was a lot of fans that the mood was, well, same old, same old. Here, we just get ourselves all built up to come crashing down again. So it's tough. It's tough.
The unfortunate truth is some of those fans won't come back the entire year because they saw a bad product on the field. That's the truth.
Yeah. And I mean, I made that point on Twitter. I'm not encouraging it at all because, I mean, I'll be at the Troy game. I'll have the tailgate, but over under 60,000 show up this weekend. I mean, truly. I mean, you had 64,000 for the EIU game. So as much as I hate to say it, I think attendance could be very, very shoddy this weekend. So.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
All we got's all we need. We'll roll with the ones we got, and we'll just keep it moving. Whatever. The hell with it.
Yeah. The stadium was still practically full when we were, winning 0 games for an entire season. So
Yep.
there's still going to be the loyal and the faithful of Carolina football. You and I are one of those, and we'll continue to watch. Hey, man, we woke up on Sunday still Gamecock fans. How about that? So
That's it.
It's just, it is what it is. It's year 0, year 1, whatever the hell you want to call it in the Shane Beerman era. This roster is not where it needs to be. We got to get better, and part of that is recruiting, and part of that is coaching. So, again, got to make it work.
And you got to hope and trust and believe these coaches are going to get better and develop and evolve as well. Phil, always a pleasure chatting with you, man. I appreciate the call.
Go Cox.
Great stuff. Go Cox. Take care. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Yeah, John Kruger, call back in, my guy. Phil was on there right now. You gotta wait your turn, my guy. No, listen, I am not coming at fans for being critical, for being upset. You should be upset losing to Kentucky. Losing to Kentucky sucks. This isn't basketball. You should never get to a point where you say to yourself, losing to Kentucky is okay. What I am saying is, you lost to Kentucky. It's not okay. It sucks. But also to have perspective that it's year 1 of Shane Beamer, you have to trust him. You just, guys, I'm fully locked in. Hey, I wouldn't have made merchandise with the coach's name on it if I wasn't locked in for the long haul with this guy. I'm locked in. I'm embracing him. My arms are wrapped around him. What other choice do you have? Jump back to the phone lines real quick. And I think that was a spam call. Either way, whatever. Okay. 843-790-3377. See, Will Muschamp, though, the Will Muschamp Hackers, you notice this, they might on a Monday, which John Kruger, call back in, my guy. You should be able to call. You're the 864 number, I believe, which I'm not trying to put your number on blast, obviously, but I think we all know you're Rock Hill. Yeah, you should be able to call, my guy. Phone lines are wide open. Here we go. We got a call here. Let's jump back out to it.
Call from. To accept. Oops, your caller just hung up. Goodbye.
All right, well, that worked. All right, cool. Call back in, guys. Phone lines are wide open, 843-790-3377. Brian Dean says, you're changing the culture. It takes time. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. It takes time. That is a fact. That is a fact. Okay, do not disturb is not on. Okay. Yeah, you should be good. Should be good to call in, 843-790-3377. Let me know if it continues to give you problems, John, but you should be good to call in.
Call from.
Yo, what's going on? You're on the air. How are you?
Yeah, hey, I had a real quick question for you that I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I called in on Friday as a UK fan and to wish you all good luck. The only thing I'm trying to, again, wrap my head around is how is there still a certain percentage of your fan base that thinks that it's not even possible to lose to us when the best coach that you ever had lost to UK his final 2 years, the worst coach you ever had lost to UK more often than not, and then in year 1 under a rebuild you lose to us. How is there still a certain percentage of fans that think there's no way that it can happen? Like, it's mathematically impossible to lose to UK.
Yeah, and you know, here, I did not expect to be agreeing with a UK fan on here on this Monday after the game, but no, I agree with you. And that's, I was out there at SEC Nation on Saturday morning, and I was talking to fans at the tailgate, and, you know, everybody was labeling this a must win, must win, must win. And again, I agree with you. The mindset going into it was, you know, I think a lot of the reason that Gamecock fans were picking South Carolina to win is because, you know, that stigma of, oh, we just can't lose to Kentucky. And my point to people on Saturday, you know, before the game was, if you just put a different logo on their helmets, nobody's calling this a must win, and more people than not are saying, oh, this is a very losable game. I mean, I know that's something Stoops and you guys continue to fight, but there's just a stigma around Kentucky. But again, I picked Kentucky to win. I don't view – you cannot view the Kentucky game as a gimme game anymore. I mean, Stoops has truly changed the program for the better for the folks in Lexington. So it's, you know, I listen, I'm sure you can tell, very grounded, realistic Gamecock fan. And so that's kind of the battle I fight too, is just helping fans to wrap their heads around that it is very possible. And like I said, when you've lost 7 of 8 to a team, and I think I tweeted it out Saturday night, but when you've lost 7 of 8, you know what? Just Kentucky owns us. That's all. What else can you say? Kentucky owns South Carolina football right now. That's it. Just tip your cap, move on, get better, and hope to God you start a new streak next year. That's all you can do.
I mean, I think you said it all. I mean, you said it 2 or 3 times, but it basically says all you need to know about the game. When we turn the ball over 3 times on your field and you can't win the ball game, I mean, we own you right now. So, and I'm not trying to call in and be, a trash talker or anything. I just want to try to wrap my head around, what the mindset is of a Gamecock fan right now.
Well, and again, there's there's different varying levels of Gamecock fans, and no, I definitely think there's a portion of the fan base that just still views South Carolina football above Kentucky. And again, you might think that in your mind. I mean, hey, I would argue that is Kentucky top to bottom a better program in regards to you factor in facilities and other things. Hey, you want to make those arguments? That's cool, but I mean, on field, there's just no argument right now. How can you argue it? You know what I mean? You got blown out last year. This year, like you mentioned, again, you 3 times you turn the football over. You get 3 turnovers 3 times on your home field at night, and you can't win. That says it all. That just says it all. So.
All right, hey, thanks, man.
I appreciate.
I really like the content.
I appreciate it, man. No, thank you. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the way out.
Yep, you too.
Here we go. Let's jump back to crap. Call John. I keep missing John's call. Call back in 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. John, I keep missing your call. Kelly from Lancaster says in a text, I think when people see what is happening at Arkansas with Sam Pittman, it's hard not to see a better product on the field than what we saw on Saturday. Yeah, it's year 2 of Pittman. It's year 2, not year 1. It's year 2. So at least wait till year 2 then. At least wait till year 2. John, call back in, my guy. Call back in, 843-790-3377. So John Braddock says, here we go. Let's see what we finally got, John. What is going on? All right, I don't know what is going on with John's phone right now. John, my guy, you might need to update your iOS, my friend, because it's calling me like nonstop right now.
Call from.
Here we go.
Yeah, Rob.
Rob, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Yeah. All right, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Appreciate it. What's going on?
Not much, man. Hey, I called you last week, probably Thursday or Friday, and I just now started listening to the show, so you guys have probably covered it ad nauseam. The fact that we couldn't run the football, the offensive line weren't going to win. That's exactly what happened. But mainly why I'm calling is that last Kentucky caller talking about why do we think we shouldn't lose to Kentucky? Because we shouldn't. We beat Kentucky 12 years in a row. South Carolina's program potential is way above Kentucky with regard to football. I don't care what he said. We're not talking about basketball here. And as soon as somebody hires Stoops, which they will, Kentucky will fall back down. Our program will return. We will be better than Kentucky again. We couldn't have possibly played any worse Saturday night and still could have won the game. That's why we shouldn't lose to Kentucky. And that's going to change it. Beamer's going to change that soon enough. I can promise you that. Losing to Kentucky is just a step above losing to Vanderbilt. That shouldn't happen. Period. Kentucky. Thanks, Chris.
Hey, I appreciate you, Rob. Great stuff. Great call. Love that. Love the passion. And I don't totally disagree with him. I mean, again, if your goal, which it is to get back to competing for SEC East championships and being a legitimate contender, you do have to beat Kentucky, guys. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And again, with all due respect to that Kentucky caller earlier, that's the reality. That's the reality of it. You got to get back to beating the Cats on a yearly consistent basis. That's it. That's it. So, great stuff, Rob. I love the passion. 843-790-3377. John Braddock says, I get not being delusional fans, but we got to get out of mediocrity. SEC will eventually look at swapping us out for a better team. I don't think that's going to happen. But whatever. To each their own. Maybe if that's your opinion, so be it. Carolina Titan says UK is pretty bad. Florida will roll them. Yeah, we'll see. That'll be an interesting game. John Kruger, by the way, if you want to try to call back in, let me know, man. I don't know what was going on. It was like glitching out. I don't know if maybe you need to update your phone or what's going on.
Call from.
All right, let's try to get back to the phone lines here.
1 to goodbye.
Somebody's trying to call in, and it's just hanging up every time. So I don't know what's going on there. But we do have this thing working. We got this thing working for the most part. The Muschamp Hackers don't want you to call in. I don't know. Maybe it's iOS 15. I have no idea. Muschamp Hackers. That's who we'll blame it on. Scotty, no. First-year coach kept it close with a what? Ninth-year head coach. That's worked diligently to get Kentucky to where they are. All right, let's try this again.
Call from.
Nick Renfro.
Nick, what's going on, my man? How are you?
What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
Just hanging out here to Monday, man. Appreciate you calling in. Just glad the phone system's finally working again. So I don't know. It feels like every Monday we're battling the Muschamp Hackers, but maybe it's Kentucky Hackers today. I have no idea. So be it. Whatever. What's going on? How are you?
Doing good, man. To that Kentucky call, and Gamecock fans, I just want y'all to keep perspective. And Shane Beamer's first year, that is a 9th-year head coach. We have a first-year head coach, and the only reason they beat us was because we didn't kick field goals. And they got a 9th-year head coach. Year 2 of Shane Beamer, I believe, is going to be a really, really good year for the Gamecocks. But setting unrealistic expectations isn't good for yourself or for Shane Beamer.
And I would add to that, having perspective doesn't mean you should be or need to be happy about what happened Saturday night. You know what I mean? Those two things are mutually exclusive. No, you should never be happy losing to Kentucky. I don't give a damn, what year it is. But again, I just think having perspective, like you mentioned, it's healthy. It's healthy. You got to give this guy time to build. You just have to. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You got to give him time to build.
Right.
So.
That's right. And I think as far as the offensive side of the ball goes, I think as the year goes on, I believe in Shane Beamer. I believe in Marcus Satterfield. I think as the year goes on, the offense will get better and that the defense is playing lights out. Best defense we've seen in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I think couple games, I think we'll see a big difference in the offense because I think they be listening to stuff that we're saying. I don't think they just go and not listen. They know that everybody's not satisfied. And I think it'll get fixed. I mean, we have a talented quarterback, I think. I think it's his 4th start ever. People forget that. They think he's been starting in the SEC for 4 years. This is his 4th start. So I think give him time, and I think the offense will be fine.
Yeah, well said, my friend. Yeah, well, it's got to get better. I'll put it that way. It's got to get better, too. You don't have much of a choice. So, great stuff. I appreciate the call, my friend.
That's right. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, take care. Yeah, appreciate it. Let's see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, you can have perspective and also not be happy with what happened on Saturday. Let's jump back out on the phone lines real quick.
Call from.
Luke RJ.
Luke, what's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I had to call in and jump in right here. People are talking about, like Phil said, and you said that we there's no way we should have been 8-4. Here's what I'm thinking. We believed in Shane Beamer. We believed that he was, going to turn this thing around and immediately. So I'm thinking if he would have, our defense right now is an 8-4 defense. I mean, that's my opinion. I think we're that good on defense. If he would have got the offensive coordinator as good as, say, a Clayton White, I think things would be a little bit different, and we could have been an 8-4 team this year. I think also it's just, I don't know. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, listen, if the offense was overachieving, or not, I don't want to say overachieving, but, I think the defense has been a little bit of a surprise. I don't think that's unfair to say. Yeah, if the offense was matching that success, it would definitely give you, you might be 3-1 right now instead of 2-2. No question. You certainly could have beaten Kentucky. But it just doesn't work that way. I mean, you hired Shane Beamer. I mean, you didn't hire him because you thought you were going to go 8-4 in year one. And then once you hire the guy, fans forget he tried to keep Mike Bobo around, and it didn't happen. So you can't, once he decides on who he wants to be his OC, I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, well, actually, we don't want you to be our head coach anymore because you didn't go get a certain offensive coordinator. That's what I'm saying, man. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice but to wrap your arms around the guy. You just don't. And hey, Clayton White was just as big a risk as Marcus Satterfield was. It's just happening to work out on Clayton White's side of things. I mean, but neither guy had ever called a play at the Power 5 level. So I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree with it either. I mean, it's damn shameful that you didn't win that game with what the defense did for you. I don't know what the answer is, man. I don't know what the answer is. And I think once you start, bringing up talks of ditching a coach after year one, when it's not even their players. I mean, this isn't even their roster. That was on Beamer to go hire the right OC, man. That was on Beamer. So you knew you were in it for the long haul with Shane, though. Did you not? I mean, did anybody think this was going to be a 3 or 4 year turnaround getting back to competing for SEC East championships? Like, I was thinking to myself more like, hey, you got to give Shane Beamer a minimum of 6-7 years or so to figure it out, because he's a first-year head coach. I mean, this is not something where it's like this guy's it was like a Muschamp situation where, okay, he's already been somewhere else. So if it doesn't work in the short term, it's like, okay, we're seeing a pattern. Like, there's no pattern. Who knows what Shane Beamer is going to become in regards to being a football coach? We have no idea. But, no, I mean, again, the point you made, I would say is fair. I mean, yeah, if your offense was up to par with your defense, yeah, you probably would have beaten Kentucky. I don't know if anything else really would have changed this season. But, for me, again, like I said earlier, it's not even the fact that you lost to Kentucky. I picked you to lose. I picked you to lose in the preseason. I've set expectations of you losing this game since May or whatever, or June, whenever I locked in picks. But it's just the way you lost, and the fact the running game's just non-existent. That's the most disappointing part, without question.
I mean, I think if you look back in the preseason when we were thinking about who he hired as offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, I mean, Clayton White had the resume. He was the top assistant coach 2 years in a row before he came here, and then we're looking at Marcus Satterfield. We're like, Temple, maybe he's got the Joe Brady, maybe he's got, but it didn't look as, for sure, if everybody's honest, looking in the preseason and looking at each coach, it just wasn't something, it didn't look like to me it was a for sure we got a good offensive coordinator. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Hey, the entire thing was a huge risk. I'm not denying that. Hiring Satterfield was a risk, no question. I mean, a lot of guys that have said all the right things and they're hungry and they have a chip on their shoulder, and that's all we heard in the preseason, and that's great. And I think those things are all true, but very unproven, very, very unproven. So, hey, listen, I'm not trying to sit here and say that Satterfield, I don't think you fire him after year one. I think I don't know how you can build anything with any sort of consistency. But, hey, Satterfield might turn out to be, and that's why I didn't get so worked up. And, when Shane was hiring assistants and everything, man, it's like I said, during the summer, in the honeymoon phase, it's easy to love all the hires and love everybody you bring on board. But now you see, the honeymoon phase is over. I mean, that's it. You don't produce, you're getting paid a lot of money. You know what? On to the next one. That's just kind of how it works. So they got to turn it around, man. There's no question. They got to turn it around quick. And, that's what I was saying. If you think today's bad, go out there against Troy and look bad on offense again. Things are going to turn up real fast if that's the case. So, yeah, Satterfield's got a lot to prove, man. There's no question.
Yeah, I mean, if we lose to Troy and we can't move the ball or score any points, that's going to be terrible. But you look at Ed Ogeron. Last year after that bad 2020 season, he fired his guy, and he got rid of him. He changed like 3 people on the offense or something, I think. And, I'm not saying ditch Shane Beamer. I'm not saying even ditch Satterfield. Just he's got to get better, and we got to get better on offense if this season is going to, just be decent at all. I mean, if we can't score points, it's going to be a frustrating year, man.
Yeah. Seriously. Hey, an adjustment has to be made. There's no question. An adjustment has, because like I said, at minimum, I can handle losing games. I can handle struggling, not looking good doing so. But God, I can't handle just not being able to run the ball. I can't handle that. Not with this team. Not with this team, and not what you did last year, and not what you brought back. It's just inexcusable. So, yeah, you got to make an adjustment, no question. I appreciate the call, Luke.
Man,
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got? One more. What do you got?
I mean, who would have thought that our defense would be better than it was under Muschamp, but our offense would be worse than it was under Muschamp?
Yes,
I mean,
it's
come
funny
on,
how
man,
that
this
works.
is ridiculous.
It is.
That's, I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate it, Luke. Thanks
Love
so
the
much.
show, man.
No, thank you, man. I
Love the show.
appreciate you, Luke. Appreciate the call. No, Luke's got a great point, and it's on the defensive side of things. That's really what's funny to me. That's what's funny to me is it's like, God, how can the defense be so much better with a first year DC? You know what I mean? It's wild. Guys, 843-790-3377. Again, that's 843-790-3377. We're rocking, we're rolling. Here to Monday. Let's jump back to the phone lines.
Call from
David.
Davis, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it over to you over at Euro Rose 92 to 97, right?
Yeah, 93 to 96. But no, it's all good, man. I understand how crazy game day can get and everything else.
Yeah,
but
man,
no, yeah, all
we
good.
We ended up getting two blitz, man, at the hotel, and we ended up making. Man, you talking about some rowdy fans, man? Y'all definitely get down.
Oh yeah, no, we have a good time. Win or lose, we booze, my friend.
So I wanted to talk to you about the game. So I mean, obviously it was a close game, and I mean we all know the obvious. You know, South Carolina just wasn't able to produce on offense, and so on and so forth. As far as the season progresses, now obviously Kentucky needs to clean up the turnover battle. Do you see us beating or on this 4-game stretch we got? You know, we got Florida, LSU, Georgia, and Mississippi State. Do you see us splitting 2-2?
For Kentucky, you're talking about, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could. I mean, I picked Kentucky to be an 8-4 team this year. So, yeah.
I think so.
I mean, you know, the Cats have got to figure it out offensively as well. But, you know, I think there's potential there. Yeah, I mean, you got a 9th-year head coach. I like Levis as a quarterback. Wan'Dale Robinson's the truth. Josh Ali's a good player, and then defensively, it's just a Mark Stoops defense. So Josh Pascal is legitimate up front. Yeah, I think definitely a 7-win, maybe 8-win season for Kentucky is very realistic.
So I think my honest opinion on the game Saturday, I think if we hold on to the ball and we don't give up those turnovers, the game might be a little bit more one-sided. I mean, kudos to y'all.
I mean, I think that's very
knocking
fair.
the ball out.
Yeah, I think that's very fair, man. I mean, again, that's what I'm trying to make the point of. When you get 3 turnovers at home and you still lose by 6 and you win the turnover margin 3-0 and you still lose by 6, I mean, how can you say the better team lost? Because that's what some people want to say. How can you say that? I mean, how can you say – because a good team would take advantage and make them pay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
no,
it.
And I told you before the game, if y'all got 2 turnovers, I thought y'all would win, and I think anybody would have took that bet. You know, I mean, obviously your fans were hyped, and y'all got the ball at such a good position 2 different times on your own side of the field, and it's Kentucky fans are biting their nails, and it's just like, I mean, I know how you guys feel, man. I know it hurts. During that momentum swing, you can't get 2 first downs, maybe kick a field goal or get some points on the board. But we legitimately handed you guys the game, and you just weren't able to capitalize. But I think I do have faith in Beamer. I think he knows y'all's weaknesses, and I do think he'll get a good some guys in maybe from the transfer portal this next recruiting class. Because I do feel like people are buying into what he's preaching. And I don't believe, the slapdicks that, you talk about saying that jump ship on Beamer. You got Stoops going into his 9th season. You got Beamer in his 1st. I mean, it's just not realistic,
Yeah, I mean, again, the opportunity was there. The opportunity was there, and the bottom line is you just weren't good enough to take advantage. I mean, it's unfortunate. It sucks, and I'm not saying anybody should be happy with it, and I don't think any Gamecock fans are. But, yeah, you got to have perspective, too. Again, I just look at it this way. What other choice do you have? What other choice? You are 4 games into this thing. I mean, it's madness. It's pure madness to insinuate any other plan other than struggle well and move onward and continue to build. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
And I was curious, man. I mean, I'm used to seeing last year Harris was phenomenal. Without a doubt, he had the best year of any running back in the league. I would legitimately give it to him. But there's something about him this year, man. I don't know if he's you think he's 100% right now?
Well, I don't think the O-line's blocking worth a damn, but yeah, Kevin Harris definitely does not look like the guy we saw. I mean, listen, he had a back procedure. So, I mean, even if he's 100%, is he the same 100% that he was last year? I don't know. But I will, again, I just go back to, even if he is 100, even if he's 90%, a 90% Kevin Harris is still good enough to be a productive running back. And again, I don't think our guys have a ton of opportunities to make plays. It's just, and again, it starts with the offensive line. So South Carolina, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is up front. I don't know what the solution is. Do you need a new starting five? Is Greg Atkins just that clueless when it comes to coaching offensive line? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. I really don't know. Was Mike Bobo just that phenomenal of a play caller in the run game where he took a bad O-line and produced a 1,000-yard rusher? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to wrap your head around, truly.
Yeah, I mean, I know the whole Satterfield discussion about pointing fingers and all that. I just don't know if he has the guys, man. I don't know if he has, if he's trying to do a different type of scheme or he's trying to go into the game different. But I don't know if he just has the guys to do what he wants. And the O-line, yeah, I mean, you obviously are right on the O-line. They're just not getting any push, and it shows, I mean, and then you had another blown. I'm sorry, I'm kind of pulling for South Carolina. I have nothing against South Carolina. I like Shane Beamer, so it's kind of frustrating me. But you see the miscommunication when we had a sack. It was a pivotal sack in the middle of the game. I don't know if you remember. We had the Weaver kid get through.
Yeah.
He was just uncovered, by I think the Moore kid. He's done that a couple times already this year.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna get off here, man. I am rooting for you guys, and I hope you guys do have you guys turn it around or whatnot. But I had a hell of a time, dude, and your fan base has my respect, man, for sure.
Well, appreciate you, man. Glad you guys had a good time, for sure.
Yeah, bro. All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, see you.
Well, the program has reached a new point when you have Kentucky fans calling in basically feeling bad for the Gamecocks, feeling bad for Gamecock Nation and what we are going through. So, hey, that's just where you are right now. That's where you are. That's it. That's where you are. That's where you are. So, you got to go build. You got to go recruit. That's it. 843-790-3377. Yeah, and again, I appreciate the Kentucky guys calling in. They're cool. They're awesome. They've been really cool. They were cool last week. Those were great calls today. But I'm just saying that's where you are, because I know many of you are frustrated hearing Kentucky fans call in. But that's where you are. Jacob Edwards, given the offense, do you think we will win 6? If the offense stays the way it is, no. No, you will not. No, you will not. You will not win 6 if the offense stays where it is. You will not. Guys, I think you guys might have to, I could be totally wrong, but I had to update my phone to the iOS 15 or whatever, so that might be a problem of why people can't call in, because we've had some that get in. Some people are commenting and say they can't call in. I don't know what the issue could be. Chris Miller says, hate to say it, but you saw what we are Saturday night. Kentucky's just a better football team. To overcome 3 turnovers and win in another team's stadium in a night game shows you just how good Kentucky really is. I agree. Somebody from Myrtle Beach keeps trying to call in, and I don't know what's going on. So if you're trying to call in, keep trying to call. I'm not like blocking the number or anything. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. So let's see. If our team plays the way we did Saturday night for the remainder of the season, we're a 4-8 football team. Yo, what's going on? I don't know what's... Here we go. All right, let's try to jump to this call.
Call from...
Yo, what's going on? You're on the air.
What's up, man? It's Gamecock Swag here.
What's up, Gamecock Swag? How are you?
Good, man. I don't know if you noticed throughout the whole game. I know it's small details. Most people don't notice it. But the whole left side of the line, I'm talking left tackle and left guard, would switch about every drive.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but you'd see Rashawn Lee in there, and then you'd see Jackie Moore, and then Turrentine didn't even get the start
Right.
yesterday. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with the O-line, and I don't know if switching guys in and out's the solution either, because that doesn't provide much chemistry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, the right side of the line does pretty fine with Warnham on there. He's pretty consistent, and Glenn, but even Glenn was pulled last night. I just don't know what the deal is with the O-line, man.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to find the best 5 they can put out there. But I agree with you. It's just tough to build any sort of consistency or continuity when you're shuffling guys. But I mean, again, it's on the other hand, it's like, can you really just keep trotting the same dudes out there and getting the same results? I think that's really what it comes down to. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Wanamaker, and I know we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big fella.
Bro, just any. You just got to find 5 guys that can open a hole. I mean, that's it. I don't give a damn who they are. You just got to find 5 guys that can open a hole because it's pitiful right now.
Yeah. It's really sad. You know, sitting in the stadium last night. I mean, I was just thinking, man. I mean, or Saturday night, if we could just won this game, I feel like the season would have been a lot more better. I don't know if we can even get to 6 wins. I really don't. I think 4 is the max. I really.
Well, yeah. If the offense continues to look the way it is right now, there's no way you get to 6. No way. I don't think you'll beat Tennessee. I mean, listen. I said it in preseason. If you cannot run the ball, you won't win. This team is not built to win any other way than running the football. If you can't run for 100 yards, you will not win the game. So, and unfortunately, this offensive line hasn't shown it can block against anyone. This isn't just like this is an SEC problem. Bro, you couldn't push ECU around. A defensive front and a defense that last year gave up 201 yards per game on the ground, and then in week 1 gave up 226 yards on the ground to Appalachian State. So, I mean, you have not pushed anyone around. So I would tell you this because I'm seeing, and I know this is kind of a random side note, but I'm seeing on social media people are saying, oh, the Troy game, this is a great opportunity to go out there and kind of beat up on someone and get yourself back on track. Dude, you need to just go prove you can block anybody. I think that taking Troy for granted, thinking we're just going to go bulldoze them, what tells you that, So.
I mean, a couple of years ago, Troy beat LSU, didn't they?
They did at Tiger Stadium. So,
I mean,
spread's a touchdown. So, and again, I know we'll get into it later in the week and whatever, but I mean, if you think it's unfathomable to lose to Troy, I think you're kind of crazy. Like, I think we're more than capable of losing to Troy, unfortunately. That's just where you are right now.
And you can't score 0 points in a half of football to beat anybody. I mean, I don't care. I don't care how good your defense is.
Yeah,
I
agree.
That field goal late.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You just can't. You got to score something. It's just.
Yeah, you can't throw up a goose egg in the first half of a home night game where your defense is playing their freaking tails off. You can't do it. So adjustments have got to be made, my friend. Adjustments have got to be made.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, thanks for taking my call.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. 843-790-3377. Carter Bingham says, pretty sure your buddy was hitting on my sister at the end of the game.
Call from
Tyler.
Tyler, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Yo, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Hey,
Glad you're able to get through.
Yeah, finally. Hey, so I was at the game Saturday. The play calling, dude, I don't know, you were there too, and you saw the same thing. It's so melancholy. It reminds me so much of Kurt Roper running the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results, which isn't going to happen. There should be no reason why, with the stable of running backs we have, that we can't gain any traction on the ground. Was Mike Bobo really that good of a run scheme and play caller, or the guys just like not playing and being coached up well enough. I mean, I really don't know. It's head scratching to say the least, man. I see all these people saying that Doty's not it. Luke didn't put the ball in harm's way at all. He missed that one deep ball to Josh Banks streaking on the sideline in the first quarter. But, Kentucky, credit to them, they did a really good job and took him away. They double-teamed him all night long and was going to make somebody else beat him, and nobody else could. And we got to continue to, have guys step up, in the wide receiver room. Jalen Brooks played decent, but he dropped that 4th and 5 ball that hit him right in the numbers. And then once again, you throw a slip screen to DK, who drops it, and I don't even know if he make a line to gain there either. I think that experiment's over, man. He's a nice kid, nice dude, but he's not a wide receiver, bro. He needs to play like safety or something.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know. The play calling, dude, is just horrendous. And I know it's my first year in the new system and things like that, but man, I don't know what else we can change, dude. I mean, I don't you don't call for everybody's head, 4 games into a new new coaching staff, but I mean, something's got to give, man. If you go out against Troy and you can only score 10 points against Troy, I mean, what the hell are we going to do?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I was going to say, if you think today is fun, just go out there and struggle against Troy. It'll be a blast. No, listen, and I'll tell you that I'm not fire Satterfield. I'm not calling for hits, but hey, I think it's more than fair to be extremely frustrated at what we saw Saturday night. And I don't disagree with you that it's a little it's a little boring. It's vanilla at times. It really feels that way. How much is it lack of playmakers, and how much is it just Marcus Satterfield's a first year in the Power 5 offensive coordinator? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think you have a plethora of playmakers again. It just all goes back to me though. Like, you can't run the ball and it's inexcusable. I'll leave it at that. You cannot run the ball. It's inexcusable. So.
Yeah. And, and you put poor Juju McDowell on 3rd and long, and he completely whiffed that block and let, Luke get lit up. If you're in a passing situation, put DeCondre White or Marshawn Lloyd or Kevin Harris in there to block. I mean, Juju is he's a slice and dice guy. He's not going to be able to stand up against a 285-pound defensive end coming at him. He's going to get blown the hell up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that type of play calling that just kills momentum. The defense played absolutely lights out. Clayton White's at A+ home run higher. And the whole thing was a risk. We know that. But, nowadays, everybody wants success now. And I caution, the fan base to kind of give these guys some time. I don't think Shane Beamer would have hired anybody who wouldn't give anybody or this university a chance to be successful. He doesn't want to be unsuccessful.
Hey, they're trying to win too. You know what I mean? Like, winning's a lot more fun than losing for the coaches as well. So, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, that's all we got to do. But getting to 6 wins this year is going to be, that's the bar. That's the challenge. You can't get no better than that because, listen, if we continue playing like that, Troy will beat us. Missouri's going to beat us. We're going to get ran out of the ring against A&M and Florida. Clemson's not looking very good, but damn, I mean, their defense will completely just obliterate that offensive line. I mean, it just sucks that. Life of Gamecock fan, man, we love them. So, I figured I'd call in, tell everybody to kind of, keep their heads up. I mean, it is what it is. Better days are ahead for sure, but you got to, struggle well before you get to the mountaintop. So keep that perspective.
Yeah, like you said, man, keep perspective. And again, you wanted Shane Beamer as your head football coach. You embraced him all preseason. You embraced him when things were easy in the honeymoon phase. You got to embrace him today. Hey, growing pains. There's going to be rocky roads at some point ahead. What other choice do you have than wrap your arms around the guy, let him build, let him figure it out? Hey, these guys, whether you like to hear it or not, they're learning on the job. They're literally learning on the job. So, hey, Shane Beamer just lost his first ever home game as a head football coach. Let's see how he responds.
Absolutely. And, if things don't change the offensive line with Greg Atkins towards the end of the year, I could see firing him because he's been around long enough. He should know. Is he that bad as an offensive line coach, or are the guys not really getting it? Is it too difficult of a scheme for these guys? I mean, I don't know what has changed. You've returned so many veteran guys on that line for them to look like they're clueless out there. It's really disheartening, man.
Yeah.
Everything starts with the offensive line. The offensive line goes as offense goes. You give time to throw the football, you establish your own game. We're going to put points up on the board. But Jaheim Bell needs to get the freaking football. It's inexcusable the last 2 games the guy's got 1 target.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'd agree 110%. You got it.
You're putting him into pass block because your offensive linemen can't do their damn job.
Yeah. And he's too good of an athlete. I mean, you talked all the tight ends all preseason. They're just too good of players to not get targets and not get opportunities. You gotta use, every playmaker you have, exhaust every option. they got to be more involved in my mind. I agree with you.
Yeah. One last thing, man. Jalen Foster's quietly becoming the best defensive back on that football team, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kid's a stud.
Yeah, it's been incredible what he's done. 4 interceptions through 4 games, tied for the lead in all of college football. It's wild what new coaching staff, the way it's benefited him. It's been incredible. So
Yep. And he had that one pick six comebacker. He'd have 5. So
yeah,
nobody forget that either.
yep, exactly.
So. All right, man. Well, hey, I'll let you run, brother. Great show as always, man. But like I said, everybody just keep perspective and keep their head up. We'll be all right.
Yeah, appreciate you, my man. Great stuff. Thanks so much. 843-790-3377. Guys, we only had 1 break today, by the way. That's how you know the show was lit here on a Monday. Therapy Monday. Try to jump back to the phone lines real quick.
Goodbye. Your call.
Dude, I'm trying to accept this guy's call from Myrtle Beach, and it's just boom, just I don't know, just keeps hanging up. I don't know I don't know if he's doing something, if I'm doing something. I have no idea. Muschamp Packers are trying their hardest today. Bill Cole says, all the bitching and moaning is a moot point. What's done is done. Watching how I watch his play, 90% of the issues on the offense Saturday night was on the scheme. It was bad. Offensive line was the other 10%.
Call from.
Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, the Muschamp Packers finally let me
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm trying to answer all the calls, and I have no idea. But either way, glad you got through. What's up?
It's ringing every other time. We finally got through. This is Brian, Myrtle Beach. So I got a few things. One, thank you for being realistic and setting proper expectations for our fan base, because it drives me nuts seeing these guys go on there saying we should do this, we should do that, fire them, God, it drives me nuts.
I appreciate I appreciate you saying that, man. It's yeah, I mean, listen, it's brighter days are ahead. It's year 1. I mean, I'm not saying enjoy, it sucks. We're licking our wounds today here on a Monday, but you knew. I just think you knew what you signed up for when you hired a head coach who had never been a head coach. That's it. You knew what you signed up for. So you either embrace that, or I guess you can spend the next 5, 6, 7, however many years he's here complaining. I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly, man, I'm not the one to tell people to not be critical, because, I called for the previous coach to be fired after the first game of his 4th season. But, again, you just you had to make the decision when you hired him of, hey, we've got to kind of let this guy grow and learn on the job and figure it out. And, Shane Beamer's still trying to repair the mess the previous staff left behind. That's the reality. So you can blame scheme all you want. It's totally fine. I mean, people deserve blame. They deserve to be criticized. They're making a lot of money to coach football. But, Shane Beamer's trying to fix this thing that was left behind by the previous regime, and that's just the reality of it. So now let's see how they respond. Now let's see if they can respond the right way.
People need to give Shane Beamer credit. This is his dream job, where he wants to be. And at the end of the day, he's going to make the decisions he has to make to keep that job.
Yeah.
So people need to keep that reality check, that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But move on to my next point. I know we beat the offense to death. I don't want to go too in-depth here, but we did talk a little bit about Mike Bobo. And I think we do give him credit. I mean, dude's been doing what he does for a little while now. You've already said that. And, pretty much everywhere he's been able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his bread and butter. That's his offensive scheme. So to think that, we don't owe him any credit there, I think fans are a little delusional to say Mike Bobo has no idea what he's doing. It's just not true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like the guy. I don't love the guy, obviously, but knows how to call a run play. If nothing else, he must know how to call a run play. That's it. I mean, we can't even run the ball against a non-conference opponent this year, much less what he did against the SEC in 10 games. So, hey, again, maybe you don't want to hear it, but reality's reality. I mean, that's it. So.
Yep. Third point. I think this one deserves a little bit, more talking than it has. Our defense has been stellar. We forced 4 fumbles and 1 interception. We only recovered 2 fumbles, but we forced 4. I don't know. Do you think that was something to do with scheme? You think it was blind luck? You think Kentucky's just that bad? Did we see something on film? I mean,
yeah. I mean, listen. I think that some of it with turnovers is right place, right time, and I don't want to say like it's all luck or anything. I mean, hey, good teams, good players, they make their own luck. I'm sure there's a focus in practice on getting the ball off of people and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a defense right now that's being opportunistic and. they're making plays. And like I said, it is truly a damn shame that you don't win that game on Saturday night. And that's what sucks, man, is today the conversation is all around the offense and their struggles instead of the conversation being around, hey, how much better is this defense than a lot of us expected? How great a job has Clayton White done, and how much improvement have we seen, from last year to this year? It's almost kind of baffling how much better the defense is. And unfortunately, that's not the main topic of conversation today, which is a shame. Honestly, it's a shame.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. But anyways, that was my points. I definitely appreciate you taking my call, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate watching what you're doing. Your new setup is fantastic. And look forward to the next video.
Thanks so much, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Take care. Good stuff. Guys, that's going to do it. We're going to wrap it up. Appreciate you all tuning in. It's 2:01. Great stuff here on a Monday. Great stuff here on a Monday. Again, continue to want to take your questions, your comments, everything else off the air as well. Again, we'll be live all week long with the Daily Crow, of course, Monday through Friday, noon to 2. We're also live Wednesday at 10 Roof, 5 to 7. And, of course, it is Troy week. So we'll be talking about the Trojans, that game on Saturday, everything else, content rocking and rolling here on a Monday and rocking and rolling all throughout this week. Again, folks, thank you all so much for tuning in. Also, a quick reminder, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 505, breaking down everything that happened over the weekend, as well as a fantastic throwback interview with former Gamecocks wide receiver, punt returner, do it all, man, playmaker, Ace Sanders. And guys, this is a legendary conversation. Be sure to check that out, guys. Again, make your Monday a little bit better. I know it's tough. I know it's rough. I know it's Therapy Monday, but I'm right there with you every single step of the way. All right, guys. Hey, y'all take care. Have a good one. Appreciate you all tuning in, and we'll